It's time for Success in Real Estate with Frankie Griffin, owner and broker in charge of the Palmetto Success Team, certified residential specialist, accredited buyer representative, military relocation professional, real estate appraiser, and author of Success in Real Estate. If you are interested in buying or selling a home, investing in real estate, or having your home appraised, you will enjoy Success in Real Estate. Now, here's Frankie Griffin.
All right, good morning. Welcome, everybody, to Success in Real Estate. What a beautiful Friday, gorgeous day leading into the weekend, and what a perfect day to buy your dream home. I think this is the day, and we would love to help you with that, whether you're buying a new home or selling your home. We'd love to hear from you. You can check us out. We are the Palmetto Success Team, which means we are a team. We are a team of professionals, and we don't work independently of each other like a lot of others do. We actually work together. So when you hire us, we work for you, and you're hiring the full team. And I'd love to talk to you some more about that. You can always go to our website. Just go to frankiegriffin.com, of course, www.frankiegriffin.com, and we would love to help you, give you the information that you need so you can make an informed decision when you buy or sell your next home. And today, what I want to sort of talk about, and I've kind of been dancing around it a little bit the last couple of shows, but I really want to talk about it some today. And that is the fact that it appears that we are moving into, if not already into, a seller's market. And that's a completely different situation than what buyers are used to right now. We've been in a huge buyer's market for at least the last, say, 5 or 6 years. And we've got some expectations right now, buyers that is, and have had these expectations for the last several years because of the way things have been going. But things are different now. Buyers, you can't deal and treat sellers in the same manner because now sellers now have a lot more leverage, and in a lot of cases, more leverage than you as the buyer. That means we're in a seller's market. Our housing inventory is at a very low. I didn't have time to check out any factual statistics, but I can tell you the inventory right now is very low, lower than we've seen in a long time. And we have a lot of buyers out there on the market right now. In fact, buyers will tell you it's taken them a lot longer to find the house they like because there's so few to choose from. And again, situation we're just not very used to. And it can cause some problems if buyers are trying to go in to a deal or try to make an offer and thinking along the lines of they're going to still be able to push the seller around. The tide has turned. So this is what we sort of want to focus on and talk about today. If you'd like, you can certainly post a status on my Facebook page. I really got two. I've got a personal page, just Frankie Griffin. And then we've also got a Palmetto Success Team page. In fact, if you haven't been to our Palmetto Success Team page, please check it out and like us. We have a rule that if you like us, we'll like you. If you don't like us, we won't like you. That's kind of the way it goes, I guess. But we like to be liked. So go check us out and like us. But put a status or leave a question there, or you can email me, Frankie@frankiegriffin.com. Again, Frankie@frankiegriffin.com. And I have really been getting a lot of emails the last several months, really. So this is why I've started adding or trying to answer some of these email questions on the show. Wish I had more time to answer all of them, but we're going to choose or pick one email. So we're going to do the email of the week. Whoever sends me the best question, That's the one we're going to put on the air and see if we can't get you a good informed answer for that. So let's talk about this buying in a seller's market. And first of all, if you are looking to buy a home in this market, especially anytime really, but especially right now, you need a very experienced agent. And here's what, when I say experienced, if the agent you're working with has only been in the business for, say, 5, 6, 7 years or so, then that agent has never worked in a seller's market. And I'm telling you, it's a lot different than working in a buyer's market. We kind of touched on the fact last couple of weeks that a lot of buyers and sellers are really kind of being very testy with each other, and in some cases antagonizing each other, it seems like. And it's because buyers they're used to having their way, and now sellers are pushing back, and it's causing some problems. And if you don't have an experienced agent that knows how to function in a seller's market, you could have a problem actually getting the house you want and getting it closed. But anyway, get you a good agent. Now, at the same time, just because someone has been licensed for 10, 15, 20 years does not make them experienced. It doesn't make them very knowledgeable in what they're doing. Your very good agents are going to spend time getting educated, keeping up with the market, doing the kind of things that they need to do to stay educated. And I've always believed, and I'll continue to believe, the key to success is knowledge. And you learn knowledge and you get educated in one of two ways: on-the-job experience, or you can sit down and let someone teach you what's going on, how things are trending right now. And I like the second part, because if you do it on the job, if they're learning on the job, that means they're learning at your expense. Not a good idea there. So let's talk about some things real quick. If you're thinking about buying a house, some things to look at. Make sure your agent, if for some reason you're not using me and the Palmetto Success Team, make sure you at least have agents provide you with certain information. One is, once you look at a house that you feel like you're interested in, you need to look at some things. One, what are properties doing in that market area? Well, when I say that market, a lot of people confuse market with like Columbia. That's a market. No, that's not a market. There are probably hundreds, if not thousands, of individual markets around Columbia. Neighborhoods, that's what I'm talking about, because there are some neighborhoods that are just very, very hot right now. And when I say hot, that means, within a day or a few days of a house going on the market, it's going under contract. It's just a very hot market right now in some areas. But you still have some areas that are not that hot. Well, we need to know that, buyer. So make sure your agent provides you with information about what that local market in that neighborhood is doing, how fast are houses selling. They should be able to tell you what is because they can look at what a property was listed for versus what it sold for. So if you're finding that houses are selling at 98, maybe 99% of its list price, well, buyer, that tells you right there the seller is winning. They have the reins and they're in control. So it's really not going to be advantageous for you to go in and making an offer at 3 to 4 or even 5% below the list price. All you're going to do is irritate the seller. And I know I've had people tell me, but it's not personal, it's just business. But I'm telling you right now, that seller's going to take it personal when you send them an offer and they feel like it's a lowball. So pay attention to those kind of statistics if it's a house you're interested in. Now, if you don't care if you get the house, make whatever kind of offer you want. But you don't want to go in there and slap the seller across the face with a bad offer and then expect them to want to work with you in getting this deal done. It's just not going to work that way at all. So let's set the right tone up front, and be aware. You got to be aware. We are moving into, in fact, I'm not so sure we're not in a seller's market right now. That's for sure. The other thing that you got to pay attention to that I think is very important is buyer. Once you get the house under contract, you've got your due diligence period, and around the Midlands, it's going to typically be 10 business days to have anything you want performed in terms of inspections, things of that nature. And if you ask agents what you should be doing during that due diligence period, I can tell you right now, here's what they're going to tell you. You need to have your home inspection done. You need to have a heating and air inspection done, and you need to have a termite inspection done, which obviously that's where the CL 100 letter comes from, and you do need to have that. Some may even suggest you have a survey. Recommend that. And y'all, those are things you need to do, but at the end of the day, do you really need 10 business days? Which, when you look at the number of days, that's about 2 weeks you've got to conduct these things. You don't need 10 business days or 2 weeks to do these inspections. I can usually have them done usually in 3 or 4 days. So what's the rest of the time for? Well, buyer, put your agent to work. This is where the agent's supposed to be earning their money if they're doing their job. The agent's responsibility during this due diligence period, in addition to the inspections, they need to go in and personally verify every piece of information that has been provided to you, buyer, in the MLS or through any other source. Because, buyer, don't you want to know that you are, in fact, buying what you think you're buying? You know, if it says in the MLS there's 2,200 square feet in this house, don't you want to know there's 2,200 square feet? You don't want to buy it and find out there's 2,000. I've talked to 3 sellers this past week, and all 3 of them were in the same situation where they bought a house. They knew what the square footage was, and quite frankly, that's what was in the realist or tax records. And all 3 of them were wrong. They were off a couple hundred feet, give or take a little bit. And now that causes problem for the seller. Here, this seller thought he bought a 2,150 square foot home, and now he's been told he's only got 1,900 feet. Well, that impacts how much he can sell the house for, and it's just very sad when those things happen. But I'm telling buyer, if you're not paying attention, and your agent does not go measure that house before you buy it, you're going to find yourself in that same situation where you were told you were buying 2,200 feet. And now when we go to list it and somebody comes out and measure it, you find out you've only got 2,000 or 1,900. That's you figure a couple hundred feet. And let's say we had it, just to use a round number to make math easy, and say your house was valued at $100 a foot. Well, that 200 feet, that equates to $20,000 you've lost in value, potentially. So it is just critical that your agent go to work, make sure they verify all this information. But square footage is just one thing. Schools is another. As you can imagine, moms. By the way, happy Mother's Day for those, before I forget that. I know Mother's Day is coming up, and God bless all you mothers. We love y'all, and just want to make sure I get that out there before I forget it. Hopefully I won't I'll remember it and say it again. But happy Mother's Day to you. But Mom, can't you imagine how frustrating it's going to be when you buy that home, because you know your child's going to go to a particular school, and then find out when you move in they're not zoned to go to that school. Again, make sure your agent is verifying all the information about that house. That's why you've got 10 business days. And you're going to need it a lot of times to verify all this information. And mainly because we have South Carolina's #1 attorney, Mr. Andy Owen with Owen & McKay Law Firm is on the line. How we doing, Brother Andy?
Hey, Frankie. How you doing, my friend?
Oh, it is so fine today.
It is fine today. It's beautiful. Gorgeous
outside.
It's beautiful. I tell you, we had a great night last night. We had a tutoring tour because of Memorial Day weekend and the Memorial Day week. A lot of people being out of town toward the end of the month. We decided to do our tutoring tour this month early, and we had a terrific turnout at a beautiful home out in I think it was in Saluda County on the lake, and it was beautiful. We talked about buying and selling property on Lake Murray, which is really a trick, right?
Yeah.
You know, there are so many issues that come up when you're buying and selling property on Lake Murray, and it's just it was a wonderful opportunity to be there with a lot of seasoned agents. We had agents from the Northeast Columbia, Frankie, that showed up for this thing and just had a terrific turnout. Darlene and Mike Anderson have a beautiful listing out there, and just talked about a lot of issues that come up, from dock permits to transferring ownership of docks to issues relating to contracts and disclosures when you're selling and buying property on Lake Murray. So it was a good session. There was a lot of good feedback, a lot of good input, a lot of horror stories.
Oh yeah.
Not all of them were mine this time. So which was nice, and so it was just a great group of folks. Frankie, I got a lot of stuff coming up that I wanted to talk with the listening audience about today. Brandon Hoffman, who is a great friend of mine and somebody who's a friend of yours as well, who is the new owner of Remax Connected, which is a really dynamic real estate company just formed here in the Midlands within the last year. And they're having their grand opening on May 22nd, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah. And Brandon is on the line with us, too.
Is Brandon on the line? Brandon.
Hey, Andy. Hey, Frankie.
Hey, my friend. How you doing? Brandon has done just a terrific job over the years growing his real estate, and one of the things I've always been so impressed with by Brandon with is his ability to teach and train and coach, and he is a wonderful teacher and trainer. One of the things he's been doing this year, Frankie, is he will host educational events. And in fact, we did a buying and selling property on Lake Murray, and actually Tommy Boozer and the other Lake Murray representative came to Brandon's office, and I bet Brandon, we had about 40 agents there. It was a great turnout of agents, but he's just doing great things for the industry, great things for the profession. And but Brandon, tell us a little bit about this grand opening coming up.
Well, sure. You were close, Andy. We've got a Thursday, May the 21st from 5:30 to 7:30. We're going to have the Irmo Chamber of Commerce here for the ribbon cutting. We're going to have we're going to be serving food and beverages, and we invite everyone in the community to just drop by. It's nothing more than a few minutes just to say hi and see what we've got going on.
And I'm sponsoring what I do best, Frankie, which is the food and beverages. Okay.
I'll be there.
Well, I tell you, Brandon, it's a great, great time to have the grand opening. Y'all have really grown your business over there, and they've grown by some outstanding agents. So we're excited about that coming up. And who can they call to find out more information, Brandon?
Well, our office number is 803-528-1049.
528-1049. Is that right?
That's right.
All right. Brandon, this is exciting. I know you've been doing a lot of work putting this together, and you deserve it, and you do a very good job. I'm excited about it and can't wait to see you there.
Well, I appreciate that, Frankie.
Going to be a fine day.
Yeah, that's going to be a fine day. Got a couple other things I want to tell you about quickly, Frankie, if I can. You and I are hosting a terrific educational opportunity for agents. A lot of the agents have to have, all agents have to have their continuing education done by, I believe, the end of June. Isn't that right, Frankie?
June 30th.
June 30th. And so I know that you're offering a lot of opportunities in your school, and I'm so thankful that you have agreed to offer another opportunity to some of the agents here locally. We are holding on May 22nd, the day after Brandon's grand opening. We're having a continuing ed class, an 8-hour class at Chapin Town Hall. Okay, and essentially this is open to all agents. I think it's $50 a head. Okay.
Yep.
And we'll actually we're going to be providing lunch. It'll be like a pizza lunch provided, and also for any agents that are interested, we'll probably do a little happy hour afterwards at the Tipsy Toad. So that'll be nice to kind of decompress after 8 hours of teaching with me and Frankie.
Tipsy Toad. All right.
And I got one more event that I want to talk to you about, and this is a very special event next week, which we're really excited about. We're doing an agent open house. We're helping to sponsor an agent open house with some other wonderful and great sponsors. It is for it's a Tour Timberlake Taste of Chapin. Okay, and we've got. Loretta Starr is going to have a couple of listings in there. Jason King is going to have a listing. My wife, Peggy On's going to have a couple of listings. And then we've got the Kaufman team, Mary and Charles Kaufman, are going to have a couple of listings. So we've got 6 great houses, some on Lake Murray, some in Timberlake. And they're all in the Timberlake community. We're asking agents to go on my Facebook page or call our office, 744-0824, just to get information about it. But it's going to be next Thursday. It'll start at 11:30 and go to 1 p.m. or whenever it's over. And at each house, we're going to have kind of a house food pairing. So we're going to have food from Zorba's. We're going to have food from Farm Boys, food from Bailey's, great sweets from Bailey's, from Rego's Pizzeria, and from the Tipsy Toad. They're also providing some food out there. So we're really excited about this. So you get a little taste of some of the great restaurants in Chapin, and also be able to see the beautiful Timberlake area and get some information on country club memberships that are available to maybe some of the folks you guys are showing houses to as agents. So, just good stuff going on.
Well, it sounds awesome, and really looking forward to the continuing ed that's coming up May 22nd.
That's going to be great, and I'm really excited about that, and I can't thank you enough for doing everything you do for this real estate industry, Frankie.
Well, just send me a check and we'll be all right.
I hear you.
No, I want to make sure people know, because the first 2 hours which is credited, you're actually going to be talking about the new closing requirement, the settlement statements.
That's right. We're going to be talking about some of those new requirements, and I may even have my title insurance underwriting counsel participate in that with me on some of the new requirements with CFPB and how it affects the day in, day out operations of real estate agents.
Yeah, and if any real estate agents are listening, really need to attend. If you haven't been brought up to speed on these new procedures and things going on, I mean, this is a pretty big change, I think, isn't it, Andy?
It's a huge change. I got a feeling ultimately it'll all work out, and we'll all adapt. But everybody's scrambling now. All these lenders are scrambling now because it's a lot of different changes to it. And but anytime things like this happen, change is never easy, but sometimes it's necessary. And I don't know if all these changes are necessary. I've questioned whether any of them are necessary, quite honestly, with some of the changes that are being made. But at the end of the day, they're changes that were made, and we'll adapt and hopefully grow from it. So
we'll make it happen, Andy. I can't thank you enough. Hope you have
brother,
a great
thank
weekend.
You for everything. Y'all have a great day. Look forward to seeing y'all next Thursday. Next Thursday at the Agent Open House out in Timberlake. Okay.
Looking forward to it. Take care.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Here's Frankie Griffin with your weekly featured property on Success in Real Estate.
All right, good morning again. Welcome back to Success in Real Estate. Now, I do have a featured property. I actually featured it a couple of weeks ago, but I want to do it again because it is such a beautiful property. It's if you enjoy the country living, country lifestyle, I think this would be right up your alley In fact, I got a little header on my website, Country Living in Town, because you go about 2 miles from this property and you will be downtown Lexington. But anyway, it's 10 acres of property with about an acre and a half or 2 acre pond, which is fully stocked. A lot of fish. It's got a dock on it. Obviously, it has a very nice house, 3-bedroom, 3-bathroom. Every bedroom has its own bathroom. Kitchen is just gorgeous, completely updated. Now, this is a 1930s home, but has been completely updated and really, really nice. But some other features with this property, it has a heated in-ground pool, which is very, very nice, saltwater pool. For those of you that are familiar with those. It has a pool house, which is about 800 square feet. And in that pool house, there's another 2 full baths in the pool house. Got a refrigerator, TVs, pool tables, poker tables, foosball. I mean, it is very, very nice. In fact, got a laundry room with washer and dryer, all in the pool house, and all of this stays with the property. There's also a 1,500 square foot shop that is heated and cooled. How about that? Heated and cooled shop, guys. Can't beat that. It's 1,500 square feet, and the shop has a office that is very nice and another full bath in the shop. So, guys, if you get, for some reason, you feel like you can't spend the night inside the house, you can always go to your shop and be very nice right there. But it's a very, very beautiful property. In fact, one of the things I really enjoy a lot about it, there are 2 fig trees. Now, I love figs, grew up on figs, and the seller, bless her heart, she has all these jars of fig preserves, and she can't feed them to me fast enough. I've never eaten so many biscuits the last few weeks in my life, but there ain't nothing better than that. But all this is on the property. It's a gorgeous property. Love to show it to you. If it's something you'd be interested in looking at, just give me a call. I'm going to give out my cell phone number here in just a minute, so if you need to get your pen and paper to write with, go ahead and grab that. But you can also go on my website and look at some pictures on the website taken by Jerry Bilton with Eagle Photography. Awesome, awesome job. In fact, for those of you that don't know this, Jerry also videos every radio show. He's videoing right now. And by Monday or Tuesday of next week, we will have this video on our YouTube channel and on my website. Again, my website is frankiegriffin.com. And when we get to this segment, he's actually got pictures of the property that will be flashing up during the show. So very nice, very well done. I think you'll absolutely love this property. Again, it is country living in town. You're not maybe 2 miles from downtown Lexington, but you'd never know it sitting on this property. It is just absolutely beautiful. Got a couple barns out there, got a windmill, a grain bin. I mean, it's not being used, but but just the way it looks, it's been taken care of. It's just a very beautiful setting. I think you'd really enjoy looking at it. Well, let me give you my cell number. Here's my cell phone. Give me a call if you're looking to buy or sell. Love to come out and talk to you. And if it's not something you're interested in, then you know what? We haven't lost anything. But I think you'll be very, very surprised at the services we provide. I would put our services up against absolutely anybody. I don't think anybody does the same things we do. Not at all. But here's my cell phone. Obviously, area code 803-315-7303. Again, that's 315-7303. Love to come talk to you. Come sit to provide you with the information that I think you need to know in order to make an informed decision, because we want to set you up for success, and especially if you're looking at buying. I don't like the idea of just meeting people somewhere just to show them a house. Let's sit down. Let's put a plan together. Let's make sure we understand exactly what your goals and your objectives are, because I don't want to just be trying to sell you a house without understanding exactly what your plans are and what you intend to do in the near future. That's for sure. Brian, how much time we got left? So, all right, about 2 minutes. So I did want to go to my email email of the week, and here it is. It's from Joanne. Is it typical for buyer to demand the seller fix every issue noted on a home inspection? Why does the home inspector write up stupid stuff? That was her email. All right. Well, yes and yes, unfortunately. It's the home inspector's job to write up issues with the property. You can't blame the home inspector for writing up stuff that's defective. Now, you're right. All of this should not be a concern to the buyer, and I know I only probably have a minute left now, but just real quick, buyer, that house is priced for the condition it's currently in. That means if you can see some of these defective issues, a broken window or carpet not in very good shape, you can see those things. These are things that we know exist, and when that house goes on the market, it's priced with those things in mind. The home inspection should only be, in my opinion, should only be used to have sellers fix things that were latent defects, things we did not know about when we made the offer. I just think there's something ethically wrong when a buyer makes an offer, gets the seller to accept the lowest price we can get them to go, then have a home inspection done only to use that to try to force the seller to put the house back in mint condition. That's wrong. If you want the mint condition, you need to talk to a builder about that. Get them to build your house, and then good luck getting your mint condition home even with a brand new home. But it's just not right to expect the seller to put it back in brand new condition given the price that it's currently listed at. Anyway, hope you have a great day. It's going to be beautiful outside. Please be careful. You've been listening to Success in Real Estate on the Point.